Amy with AMG Innovative Consultants again with you. And it's another blog recap Friday. This week's blog was on the customer service gray area. No matter what you do, if it's in service or you sell products, you're always going to have a customer service gray area. And really, your best practices here are have a set policy and procedures for how to deal with customer service issues. That way, if anything falls outside of that gray into the gray area, you kind of have an idea of where to take it from there. So, this is going to come down to how many people work for you. Are you the only one? So, it's not as big of a deal if it's just you. But if you do have a team of employees, you need to make sure they all know what your best practices are for interacting with customers to begin with. If there is a situation, how do you deal with it? And if they can't handle the situation or they don't know what to do, who's the next person that they go up the chain to? I did give an example. Let's say you have an assistant manager and they do some really great work for you in the store, but that doesn't necessarily mean they can handle like the negative customer situations well. Technically, you probably wouldn't want that person as an assistant manager to begin with, but we all make our decisions based on different criteria. So if that is the situation you are in, then the person above that, who is probably you or the store manager, if you've got a store manager between you and the rest of the staff, is really going to have to make sure that you are kept aware of situations going on in the store. So if something become lingering, that you know what to do, and that you'll have information before it blows up in somebody else's face. Some great customer service that I've received, even though there was like it was like sticky situations. There's an olive oil shop in downtown Temecula that I love to shop at, Olive Dippity. And they had a situation where we had a random bad product. Just random. It doesn't happen a lot. We've been getting oil there for almost 2 years. So kind of shocking. We just brought it in and said, this is a situation, just we want to know what's our next steps. And because of COVID, it threw everything off. Like the situation happened in March, but COVID shut everybody down, so we couldn't get out of the house. So all these things were like, we just don't know what to do. What can you do? And I'm the person that doesn't go in with a chip on my shoulder. I go in and say, this is the facts. This is what happened. Just tell me what I need to do. Because given the situation, I know, but not all of your customers are like me. I know that there might not be anything they can do, and that's fine too. I just needed to know if there was anything that could be fixed. The person who we work with almost all the time, and there's like, this is not something we commonly deal with, so I'm going to send you on to the owners. And I worked with the owners, I even went in face to face. They asked me to come down, and I did. We worked it out. It was fine. But they knew what to do. They had set procedures. They took care of the customer, and we moved on with our day. And it wasn't a big hubble, whatever you want to say. It was just, it happened. Let's move on. Your products aren't going to be 100% perfect, and you have to realize that. So, how do you take things to the next level to make sure you're still ensuring great customer service? And yes, I still give them a 5-star rating because they handled it well. They had a situation that could have been negative, and they still handled it with grace and respect, and they listened. Um, Customer service that they don't listen to the customer is where you have a tendency to go really wrong really fast. So, again, key points: listen, have set procedures, and then move on. Some things get to be more difficult, but those might not actually fall into a gray area. So again, look back at your procedures. All right, so that's the blog recap. I have two really quick announcements before I turn this off today. One, class recordings. So my How to Get Found Online business class is going to be, I'm working on this weekend and through next week on recording the class. It's going to be available, I'm hoping no later than December 1st for purchase, meaning you just purchase the recording at a really good rate. I haven't decided on price yet, but it's under what a group class would cost per person. So very good rate, in my opinion. Um, and then you'll have the link to be able to do your class on your time when you can get it done versus having to work with my schedule. So that there's a huge benefit, and I really do believe that this class is the first step for everybody to get found online. So I want to make sure that everyone has as many opportunities as possible to take this class. I truly believe in it that much. The other big thing is yesterday I launched a new freebie. I realized that with the work I do and how I help my clients, people just starting to understand digital marketing and things, the tracking worksheet is probably a bit over most people's heads. And it's one of those things where I don't understand what I'm even supposed to do with this. Where do I go? What's the starting point? So that is becoming a freebie for when you hear me speak, because I really dig in more into the Google Analytics side of marketing and why that key tracking sheet is important. This freebie can help everybody who uses Facebook, which is awesome. And a future class coming out in 2021 is social media insights and how to use them to boost business across the channels. So that's coming in the next year. I got too much on my plate this year, but that's next year. So what I did is my freebie is how to boost your business with Facebook before you pay for advertising. There's a few key things you need to have in place so you understand where to put your money to make sure you are getting the most value for the dollars spent. Most marketing for the different engines require a minimum of $200 a month spent for your marketing ads. If you're going to spend that kind of money, there's a few steps you need to have in place first, and know your client, blah blah blah, all these fun things. So sign up for my email list, get the freebie, figure out what that criteria is so you can effectively spend money on marketing and get the results you need to continue growing your business. Marketing budget is key, but you need to have criteria in place before you just start spending your money. I'm a big person. I on that. Like, have a plan. Okay, so have your plan for customer service gray areas. Have your plan for how you want to make your digital marketing work. Take my class, How to Get Found Online, and sign up for my email so you can download how to use Facebook to boost your business. With that, thank you guys for another fantastic week. We will be up and running again next week for more chats and questions and blogs, all the fun stuff. Just keeps going around and around. And yes, I will be posting things even through Thanksgiving week. So I don't stop working, I just keep going. You guys have a great rest of your day and have a great weekend. Thank you guys.